How you doing tonight?
Good, how are
So,
you?
I'm all right. What part of the country you from?
Virginia.
Oh, Virginia. All right
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, we okay. That's all right, man. I like what you're doing, man. I watch your shows often. I
Thank you.
try to catch most of the episodes. I'm subscribed to you. I seen you had a little link up about let's talk about dogs, so I just thought I'd join in for a second, man.
Yeah,
Um
no, I appreciate it. This is what I'm trying to do is just bring people on and talk some dogs. I'm not one to be a talking head or pretend like I'm an expert, but so
yes,
yeah.
sir.
What
Um
uh what kind of dogs do you got?
uh man, I have two Boerables and I have a Yog Terrier.
Oh wow, you got some really you got the two ends of the spectrum there.
Yeah, man, I got a nice fucking pack, man. I often tell people I got I have the best smallest dog pound for pound and the best large breed in my eyes pound for pound. I had the Jack Russells gang dogs, American Pit Bull Terriers, real gang dogs. I've had bullies, um, and now I have the Boerables. I've been in Boerables for about 3 years. Um, I bred my female, and she had a singleton. I was expecting a litter, but I'm pretty satisfied with the male. And so I want to lead. I like working dogs, man. Like I said, I came from my first dog. My dad got us Jack Russells when we were younger, maybe
Mm,
about at 7 or 8 years old. Um, I started off with a working dog, dog with high drive. Like, most of the Jack Russells now they come from show breeders. So I think I had one of the early working blood Jack Russells, and yeah, I've been in bullies for a long time, man, and I'm tired of having dogs without a purpose. You get what I'm saying? So my dad will often tell me when he heard the dogs breathing heavy like that, he be like, I don't understand why you get those sorry dogs, And he not used to a dog with, for cosmetic purposes, I should say. You get what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
They don't actually serve a purpose. Um, so I left the bullies alone, and I still own two bullies, but I have a pocket and micro American bully. Um, I guess it was a money thing at one point. Um, so yeah, man, I'm back into working breeds, man. I have a serious working female boer, man. I seen some pictures of her, and I think she's the epitome of a boerboel, man. Yeah, I run the boerables and my jag. When when I'm not working the terrier out in the field or whatever during the hunting season, I run these dogs 5 miles about 3 days a week, man. And they're not gas, for her to be a master. She
Mm-hmm.
was about she was about 134. I'm gonna send you some pictures of her, man. I think you'd be impressed. I don't see too many female dogs in general with the physique she has. I mean, she's nice, man.
Did you see that latest interview I did with um Johan Swart from South Africa?
Yes, sir. I caught her. I think I caught half of the video. I had to go back and catch the rest, but that
Yeah.
was pretty interesting. It was glad to get some information from somebody from that continent.
Mm-hmm.
That guy, he said he's been around those boards all his life. I think he said.
He's a good resource.
Yeah. I would you own the Borble? What do you think about Borbles?
Oh, yeah, I would definitely own a Borbal, but not at this point. It would be kind of a disaster to have a Borbal running around with my livestock guardian dog. I don't think he'd put up with it. But and we don't have the.
Right.
I like the small dogs because we don't have the space, and I am mainly a companion breed guy. Like I love American bullies. If they're bred properly and
Right.
not too overdone or whatever. But for the most part, I'm more leaning. I'm like the opposite of you. I lean more towards the companion breeds than I do the working breed. But I can't talk highly enough of livestock guardian dogs. And I think what interests me about the Borbal is that their temperament, they're the closest thing like a pure mastiff type breed would be toward a real farm dog, almost like a property livestock type guardian dog.
I think that's why I prefer the Boerboel over Cunning Corso. Um, they're a little more on the defense side, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Um, I want to. I know that guy said the guy in the interview.
Uh huh.
I can't think of his name. I'm sorry,
Johannes
but
Fort. Yeah.
yes, sir. But I remember he said that the Boerboel shouldn't be an aggressive dog.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't want my dogs to be aggressive, but I do want them to have an edge. I think I don't the way the world is going. I mean, like sometimes people will say they don't have a need for a dog of my caliber per se.
Mm-hmm.
She's not a red zone, crazy mad dog looking to attack. But you can't. She's going to protect her turf. You get what I'm saying? Um, and,
Mm-hmm.
and as a guardian, I think we should. I think breeders should practice to keep those characteristics. I don't want to offer a guard dog to a, let me say, sometimes I know like law enforcement, they'll buy, a guardian breed for the wives at home or whatever. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to offer a puppy to someone uh, I don't want to tell them about a Boerboel. So they get online, look up a Boerboel, see the characteristics, this and that. Honey, this would be a great, guard dog. And then you get the dog and it acts like a beagle.
Mm.
I think that's becoming an issue. I seen on some message form, those maybe Reddit it's
Mm-hmm.
another forum, online forum, and people were saying help. I've spent 3,000 on a Boerboel and he or she won't bark. I think that's a big issue, man. And I won't breed those dogs. I don't want a dog that's unstable. But I can tell you right now, if I can set a safe in the middle of my yard. I mean, if you have a weapon, of course you can
Mm-hmm.
get to it. But I mean, whatever. You can't just come in my yard, without me. And I think that's the way. I think that's the way that these guardian dogs should be. Um, the dog you said you have, I don't think if I throw a ball over your fence, I don't think I should just be able to jump the fence and come in your yard and retrieve the ball. You get what I'm saying? And
No, and you definitely wouldn't be able to.
right. That's something I want to keep in mind with breeding a dog of this caliber. Some dogs don't have an on and off switch, and I've owned dogs like that, and I think that's pretty important. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I like what you're saying too about not wanting to temperament being kind of the most important thing. Like that's where I'd look at these kinds of dogs, like temperament above all. I mean, there's no point in having a 150-pound dog that is
Exactly, my man,
aggressive, but there's no point in having one that's going to turn tail either. So yeah,
my man.
yeah.
I agree. I don't need it. That's what I tell everybody. I don't need a dog this big. I could keep a bully. If you're just going to someone break in, you're just going to look. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've like I said, I purchased my first Boerboel 3 years ago, and I think I always have a Boerboel around. Man, they're the perfect utility breed. Yeah, my dog, man. My girl, her name is Shigo, and I mean she's perfect, man. Away from the home, if you come in slowly, not, acting strange, you could come and
Mm-hmm.
pet her and all, but man, at home, she'll do her job. So at the time when I got her 3 years ago, I had four bullies, and people would, kind of look in the fence and this and that. I needed a dog that would do his job, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I socialized her, but I trained. I'm not a professional trainer. I'm not the best trainer in the world, but I'm a pretty good trainer, man. And I just didn't want another super friendly dog. You know, on a scale from 10 to 10, my boys were a 10 on, you know, as far as friendliness.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want anyone to be able to come into the backyard or come through the door without my consent, and all the dogs are just hassling and ready to come and lick. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, man, I'm pretty satisfied with it. I'm glad you said that those dogs should still be able to run. So like even though I've only been in the masters for 3 years, I think it's an issue that everybody's trying to create the biggest dog, the heaviest dog, and I won't you know, I won't go that direction, man. I want to keep the functionality of the dog. These I don't these are not bullies, you know, like people feed bullies, try to get them food with the highest protein and fat
Yeah.
content and poof them up. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I don't think that's, you know, that's in the best interest for these large breeds. They are some breeds already have like hip dysplasia and different. I don't think it's in the best interest to breed towards you know, the heaviest dog. I
Yeah.
think that's gonna be a huge issue. I see a lot of bully guys. You know, I even have friends. I think it's gonna be a huge problem. A lot of guys are moving into these larger breeds, and everyone wants the biggest dog. Um, yeah, I don't think it'll be good, man.
What yeah, what bothers me is like I'm like I see some of these like extreme what they call what extreme pocket bullies, and some of them I'm not gonna lie, I think they look impressive, and I'm not gonna say that I don't like some of them, but
Right,
one of the things is like, are you really prepared to deal with the negatives that will come with having a dog like that? Are you prepared, like if you have kids, or are you prepared to tell them why their beloved pet died at 7, 8 years old, you know,
right,
or
right,
younger, um,
right, or
or is it has extreme mobility issues where you probably would want to put them down, but like I don't know, I think that there should be a limit, and you should be prepared to do whatever it takes to take care of those dogs. Like my English bulldog is a genetic mess, but kept his weight we've kept his weight low. We've done everything in our power, and he's been expensive to own. You know what I'm saying? But we've done everything in our
right,
power because we took on that responsibility. And he's 11 years old, right?
right,
So he's still kicking when genetically he should probably be gone by now, but he's still moving around and he's still doing his thing. Yeah, he shows his age
right,
and everything, but um, I see a lot of these people with these breeds like Frenchies, Englishes, bullies. You know, they don't they don't have what it takes to own a dog like that. They should own a dog that out of the box is just, you know, they should own a Jack Russell, you know, where
right.
they're biddable and they can withstand, they're bomb proof almost, you know. But
Correct.
yeah, I agree with you. Like I see these XL bullies and stuff like where, you know, what direction are you going to go, and are you prepared to like deal with any kind of temperament issues that come with the mixes that you've got in those things, or and are you prepared to deal
Right.
with the health issues when you're breeding towards more of an extreme standard? So yeah, I mean it's not easy owning these companion style dogs, especially if they're on the extreme end of the spectrum. Like I got into Frenchies knowing the all the pitfalls, including the flooded market and all that. I already knew that. I mean, I took advantage price wise as much as I could with the fledgling market, but I also knew the pitfalls with them as far as, you know, all the things that you got to be aware of when you're messing with them. And still, I've learned even more, you know, since I've owned them. But and I'm definitely going to be one to be open for them to be used in outcross projects too, if anybody wants to breed to a Boston Terrier for a Frenchton program or a Terrier. I mean, I'm open
Okay.
for any of that stuff because I think breeding to a healthier standard is a good thing. Even though I am still a fan of a dog that's bred to an extreme standard. I just think 90% of the people that own them aren't don't have the ability to really take care of a dog like that or understand what owning a dog like that entails. Like you, man, you were
I
like,
agree.
I'm done with this. I don't want to put up with this anymore. I'm going to go to a dog like a Borbal, and I'm
Right.
prepared to deal with the size and the temperament and all that sort of thing because I want a dog that's more functional. And a Yog Terrier, holy crap, man, that thing's like a land shark. How do they get
Yeah, he
along?
is, man. I
How does he
got
get
him
along
from
with the Borbals?
he gets along pretty good. He's a little dominant though, man. He is a firecracker. Well, when I first brought the terrier home, but after walking them together and making some corrections, uh, they get along pretty good, and they respect each other's boundaries now.
Mm-hmm.
But the first day I brought him home, man, it was not good because I don't hunting dog or no hunting dog, uh, game dog. Well, I'm an animal lover, man.
Mm-hmm.
I went to college for pre-veterinary medicine. I like animals, so I spend a lot of time with them. I don't want a dog. Like some guys that has these terriers, man, or other hunting breeds, they just leave them in the woods. I mean,
Yeah.
half a mile away from the house
Yeah.
and these pens. But no, I spend these dogs. I At one point the terrier was inside, man. He was inside for about a year, and it went well actually. After about 2 months. Um, But most people say these dogs not pets, man. But it just takes a little more than the average dog because of the drive in it. The head strong. So
Yeah. I
yeah, I spend
definitely.
a lot of time with them, man, with the
Mhm.
terrier and with all the dogs together, and they get along pretty good, man. I'm gonna see some pics, man. They're a hell of a pack, man.
Yeah.
I consider us a pack.
Yeah.
So I made it a priority to make sure that everyone gets along. Um, I take them. I'm gonna put a video for them for you, man. But sometimes I take them rabbit hunting, man. And the bull has actually captured a rabbit, man. She's a machine. You will see. She's not no overweight uh couch. You know, not a overweight love seat of a dog. She's an
Yeah.
athlete, man. It's
She's.
something to see.
Yeah. No, I bet big musclehead dog like that. It's got to be impressive.
Oh yeah,
And I bet you
yeah, she is, man.
it's impressive too to see that Yog still hanging in there with no fear.
Yeah, with no fear, man. I mean, he's game. He's game as game gets.
Yeah.
I've owned a lot of dogs. I mean, he's game, man. Um, he's true to type. Uh, and I don't know, man. I want to keep like every breed you think somebody has put a lot of time into capturing certain genetic characteristics, you know, to make this breed.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to ensure, I want to ensure these dogs, you know, eh, I want to keep alive with, what they were bred for. I don't want to just every time I see a pose, I see good temperament, good temperament, good temperament on a board. If you don't breed dogs together with guardian with with guardian instincts, then you won't have a guardian breed anymore. If you don't breed yogs who work, then you won't have a working breed anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean I take pride in weaning those things out. If I need a boardable stud, if I can come to your house and just open your gate and come up to your door or just walk in the house, I won't breed to that stud.
No, I
won't
hear
do it.
that.
Yeah, I won't do it.
One of the things too that I find interesting with some of these working breeds, that some of these working dog guys aren't very like patient with these dogs, and they only see him serving one purpose. But I saw there's a guy, I'm trying to interview him, but using a Jagdterrier for dock diving, and he's winning a bunch of titles and ribbons and stuff, and I want to interview him and see what, because he's harnessing that temperament and that drive into something else. These kinds of dogs don't have to like get out there and do hunt or anything like that. If you could harness a drive in other ways,